Hey, caps off to those athletes for real. And swimming is no joke. That was the first time I've ever tried actually doing a stroke that wasn't just staying afloat. I don't know if I'm going to catch my breath all day, Heidi. This is some serious stuff.
It is hard work, that's for sure.
It is. So when can we watch these Wildcat athletes in action?
Yeah, so our next home meet is at the end of January, and it's our senior meet, which will be about 10 days before our conference. Our conference is February 6th. So it's all coming too fast for me, but our next meet is downstate. We're going to the Calvin College Invitational, and that's usually a big meet for us. It's the first weekend in December, and that's usually where we get some NCAA cuts. We rest and get ready for that. I love the Thanksgiving break because they really, they don't have school and they can sleep in and they can really rest, and then we go down there and hopefully lights out. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, swimming, for sure. Give you guys that. I cramped. I cramped during my race, guys, and I'm like, I can't even, can't continue that one. So
and it happened.
Yeah, disqualified myself for sure. But I mean, during break, how do you guys keep that up? Making sure that during winter break as well, that you guys are staying ready for the upcoming competition.
Yeah, for sure. Well, for Thanksgiving break, even though they don't have school for the week, we keep them here for about 3 days and we let them go home, and then they come back. Winter break, we give them about 2 weeks off, but we talk a lot about how important it is, especially this year. Our conference is earlier than normal, so we talk a lot about making those connections with your high school swim coach and your club coach, and when you go home, making sure you find the pool that's open, or maybe your family is going somewhere else for the holiday. We'll take time at a practice during a team meeting and have them really make a plan, because it's really important. If they go home and do nothing for 2 weeks, then they're not going to have a very good conference. Swimming is a pretty punishing sport that way. It's kind of like running. If you're an avid runner and you take 2 weeks off, it's so hard to get back into it. So It's the same concept.
I mean, it's one of those sports where it's like the devils are all in the detail, because a lot of times you're beating your competition by a second or even just a fraction.
Tenths of a second, hundredths of a second. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. So all of that is really important to keep up. Your team, you mentioned, you have a pretty large team, 30-something women, 20-something men. Where do you think your team excels at the most and really stands out compared to its competition?
That's a good question. I will say our men have really top talent, top sprinters. We had the fastest 200 free relay in the country last year, which is pretty exciting, and they got second at NCAAs. So I do think we're more sprint heavy, but we do have some freshmen that came in that excel in distance and some other strokes and 400 IM and some 200s stroke, which is really important. We also have a senior diver that is just doing really well, and I'm excited about him. And the women, they are so deep this year. I'm really excited to see. We have 12 freshmen, so I didn't really know what to expect and how we were all going to come together, and they've just exceeded my expectations.
How do you recruit for your teams?
Recruiting is all the time, right? All the time. And I will say we get 10 to 12 emails a day on people that want to come swim, and people all over the nation and the world. And so it's just responding. Swimming is one of those things that we can just look at times and their videos, so we can decide on their strokes. I don't necessarily all the time have to go see them in action, unlike I'm sure team sports need to go watch more film and more play. But that's the nice thing about us. It's kind of comes down to time, and that really helps.
So what is that film session like? What are you looking for when you are looking at film and seeing even the people you're recruiting and even your own team members right now?
Well, I think a lot of the stuff that we talked about earlier, I'm looking for stroke technique. Some of the things I'm looking at, is there somewhere that I can help them be even faster? Are they little things that we can change? Maybe their stroke count per length, because it's all efficient. You want to, again, relates back to physics. It's all about being efficient in water. So you're kind of looking for those stroke techniques for sure. And I like to look for racers. Somebody that's in a close race that puts their head down and gets their hand on the wall. That's fun to see too.
Well, we wanted to thank you for joining us this morning on Upper Michigan today. Thank you to all of the athletes for coming here, teaching John and I a thing or two, for just having some fun and hanging out with us on Upper Michigan today. John, what do you think was your biggest challenge or most fun you had this morning?
Yeah, definitely like racing for sure. Like, I'm a competitor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I really am. So it's not like, oh, like, you know, I just gave up. Like I really was like, I looked back and I'm like, oh, like I'm okay ahead, you know. And then, you know, a situation happened. So, but it was fun learning how to do the butterfly and actually, in the 30 seconds I was taught, being able to get as far as I got. So.
Well, swimming is no joke. And next summer when you jump off Black Rocks, because you have to, you'll maybe be able to swim a little bit better. Well, that's all the time we have for this morning. Thanks for hanging out with us, Upper Michigan. We'll see you tomorrow.